Warriors are finally done with that series against the Houston Rockets. So here is my prediction for the Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves series. The Wolves have more experience in this series than the Rockets do. Obviously, the Warriors are going to have more experience than, at this point, any team they're going to face. Here's some keys for the Warriors to win this series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And yeah, as I said, it's going to be tough. In my opinion, it's going to be a tougher series than the Rockets. But the reason why I believe the Warriors can completely win it is because I don't think we played our best basketball at all against the Rockets. I think the Warriors figured out how to play together as a team in a playoff game in that Game 7. The defense is going to be so intense. The Wolves are a very young team, and the way the Wolves can easily win this series is by just outrunning the Warriors and just completely having way more energy than the Warriors, which I think is one thing Steve Kerr is guaranteed talking to with the Warriors, probably in a team meeting today, saying the Warriors have got to be the more aggressive team from the start and have to just play with more energy than Minnesota. As I said in that series prediction for the Houston Rockets series, the Warriors have got to rebound the ball. Steven Adams, Alperen Şengün, they were problems. They also had long guys like Tari Eason and Jabari Smith, but the Wolves are going to be even tougher. You've arguably got the best rebounder in the NBA like Steven Adams in Rudy Gobert. He just had 20 rebounds the other night against the Lakers in that closeout game in Game 5. You got Julius Randle, he's a beast, great rebounder there. And then you got another 7-footer coming off the bench in Naz Reid and some other long guys, like Jaden McDaniels. And then another problem the Warriors had in that series against the Houston Rockets was scoring the ball. The Rockets defense was smothering in that series, but in so many times, the Warriors just cannot shoot the 3-ball. We kind of shot it pretty well in Game 4 down the stretch, or at least Buddy Hield shot it pretty well as he hit 9 threes. But it's going to come down to Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, the two stars of the show. If they're scoring, it's going to be so hard to beat this Warriors team. But as I said, the Warriors are going to have to match the physicality. They're going to have to rebound the ball, and the Warriors are going to have to run at every opportunity they get. Anyways, though, moving on to my predictions for the series in Game 1, I have to pick Minnesota to win this game. I don't want to do it. I hate losing Game 1s. It kind of sets the tone a lot of the times for the rest of the series. But the Wolves are going to be fresh. The Warriors are an older team than the Wolves. As I've said, it's going to be themed throughout the series with the Warriors potentially being a little more tired. And yeah, they got like 4 extra days of rest more than the Warriors did. We played just 2 days ago. So I'm going to pick the Wolves to win that Game 1. But Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry and Draymond Green, those vets know that you can't fall down 2-0 early in a series going back home. It's just not a great way to start out those 2 games at home. We're going to figure it out, and I think the Warriors are going to lose Game 1, but then win Game 2 on the road. Returning home to Game 3, we saw that Anthony Edwards can easily control any sort of game. He just has to be consistent with it. The Wolves were easily able to win some games on the road against LA. Obviously, the Warriors have a better fan base than the Los Angeles Lakers do, and it's going to be tougher to win a game at Chase Center than at Staples Center. But Ant is the same beast. I think the Wolves are going to win Game 3, but Dub Nation is going to be back. We're not losing back-to-back games at home, so give me the Warriors to tie the series up 2-2, win that game at home. Game 5 back in Minnesota, I feel like might be pretty difficult. The Wolves coming off a loss. That's a game that I can completely see the Warriors losing. So I'm going to pick the Wolves to win that game, go up 3-2 in the series. The Warriors will return back to Dub Nation at Chase Center. And we will win Game 6. I think that's going to be a close game, but we're going to force back-to-back Game 7s with a Warriors win right there in Game 6. And then in Game 7, it's going to be the same story as it was in Game 7 of the Rockets series. I think the Warriors are going to come out. They're going to be ready. They're going to be more ready, at least, than Minnesota. We're going to see the task at hand, and Draymond Green is going to hit some big shots early on, and the Warriors are going to win that game. We're going to get some key contributes from other guys like role players like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, those types of guys. We'll play great defense throughout the series. That won't be the problem. I think the problem for the Warriors, if we do have problems in this series, is going to come down to the scoring and the rebounding. So as a non-biased Warriors fan, my prediction for this series is Warriors in 7. Comment down below your picks for Warriors Wolves.